DJ Slim now on him the way I me lie it. Yeah.
Obia show Obia 8
but obeba be husumano.
Asumano eh.
Okay. Ono nim baby asumano.
No na beba be hwe suma kese we. Paluta no. Wo beba be hwe suma kese we. Na sada na oba na nya su a eye sere na de beba.
The matter chop hot. Asemne diloto. Hey! Aye.
DJ Slim asoking Paluta many, and this conversation is one that I believe is unfair to Kim Paluta, and this is going to be an editorial. I just want to simply react to this whole conversation because yes, I've listened to both sides. I've followed this particular conversation from the beginning, and I believe that at this point it is about time that people add their voices to it for some people to know where they are wrong or why the others are reacting that way. And my name is Roland Amate. This is Live on Roland Report. If you're watching, make sure you subscribe, share your views in the comment section, and of course, let me hear from you. Let me know what you think about what we are going to discuss today. And let me say big ups to Officer Desert, who is holding me down, as well as Shagzy. So if you're a driver and you're looking to making some cool cash, this is the time for you to download Shagzy, to spread the word. Just sign up with just 20 Ghana cedis, commission free. It is non-expiry. You pay no commission to anybody. You work as you please. And whatever money you get is definitely for you. And if you're a rider, your most safe, secure, and affordable ride is definitely Shagzy. Download the app and you will thank me later. Now, let's go into the conversation. What is the conversation about? Looks like, yes, TGMA is done. But some people are still not over the sentiments, the brouhaha, the back and forth that came with it. And some of them, or two of them, is DJ Slim and Kim Paluta. What was the issue? You remember before the event day, few days before the event day, that was when DJ Slim came to post that to him. If the scheme doesn't give the artist of the year to either Stonebwoy or Kim Promise, he will be disappointed and he was going to go hard at the scheme and whatever. Kim Paluta, on the other hand, that saw that that particular comment was unfair to him, came to respond, of which it became more or less like a banter between him and DJ Slim. Fast forward, the event happened and Kim Promise emerged as the artist of the year. But it looks like some conversation between Kim Paluta and DJ Slim. I said Bola Suja. I say woman from maybe Kohusua whom na saba whom na saba. Latest to have sparked this conversation is an interview that Kim Paluta granted to Inshra FM in Kumasi, and on that particular interview, or during that particular interview, that was when he was asked about what he feels about the banter that he had with DJ Slim. And to me, I think that particular answer that Kim Paluta gave, this is not one that is harmful, or it's not one that I would consider one that would demand a reaction of this nature from DJ Slim. And then it is that particular reaction that I want to respond or react to it. Not to hold brief for Kim Paluta, but to also share my peace of mind on what I think about this whole conversation. But before we enter what DJ Slim said, let's go and listen to what Kim Paluta had to say about this whole back and forth with DJ Slim.
Slim now.
DJ Slim, the me Siana na meka de meka hye no. Wa nya de. Oh. Penny, yes, I think say obi anywhere obeko obi free ni fie and I say a competition about say bia hwan na yere aduane ye da obeka say we yere aduane ye da che me yere aduane wo de anya wo de na are ya say hanti ni say o mpe wo de kra na ye nkoyi ni mu ni pam sha
okay
on sa season and it's a normal me fan personal bia nipa ye mistake so are ya say and DJ Slim now on him the way I me lie it yeah
Obia hwe Obia 8
but obeba be husumano
asumano eh
okay ono nim baby asumano
oni baby obeshi asumano
oba be husumano.
Well, this is what came from man like Kim Paluta, and in DJ Slim's response, of course, he had that his show that is for the culture that he normally does on the weekends, where he addresses issues in the space, and he decided to address this particular issue. And to me, I think the tangent that DJ Slim took with this whole conversation, to me, was very, very unnecessary, because this is Kim Paluta's response. And you see, let's not deviate from the fact that, to me, I also would want to understand where Kim Paluta is coming from. This is an artist that, if not for anything at all, one, aside the fact that he has personal relationship with you, I believe that that particular statement was also unfair to him, especially when you want to refer to that particular competition and the efforts that was put in that competition. I know that whatever you said in your defense, you would say, oh, it is your comment, it is your view, and it is subjective to you alone. I understand that in your defense, that is what you say. But you see, when he also feels some way about it and wants to react in that way, I believe you should also understand where he is coming from. But then, not to take Slim out of words, let's go and catch some glimpse of how he reacted to this whole conversation and how he decided to treat this. Then I will enter into it proper with what I want to say.
Tribia mitraso. Bia sase mo tribia mitraso. Say tribia mitraso. Ozo mentraso around some American. I've now seen where Paluta is going. I've now seen his trajectory. So if I say second promise, any Stone Boy, any deserving artist of the year, and it was specific on a category, because if number one, me babontin na me catch her say we ye adwuma ye bia oso medi watem ade no obia nim de ode you artist of the year title no obia onim the value of it no nipa no edit etimi de ye business bi otimi de elevating a brand no otimi de step into a new territory, because the brand Ghana is not a small brand. The brand Ghana is not a small brand. So to have it associated with an award scheme, why don't you step out and work for it? Like what stops you? Then a stop Paluta will then a stop so best step out now I hear sadden. And I make her say in the race to it, in other editorials, in the race for the artist of the year, sometimes me blame me because my because I knew portfolio was in charge of it. Till the latter part of it, when I realized that, say his involvement in, bro, regardless of the number of years, right? Regardless of the number of years you've been in the business, now you're underground. No, unya blow I feel no start you. Also, so ni me catch you. From the moment I'll be blown, I feel no start. Now you're on the radar of so many people. You can't be acting the same way as Jometo acting. Untimi acted to say you can promise this Stone Boy acting. Although you have been around way before them, they all had their breakthrough earlier. So once they had their breakthrough earlier, they have enjoyed or seen success and the issues that come with success. They've seen it. Once or who issues that come with success, once they've seen it, a corrective stage is normal cover when they meet you in 2024 or 2025, best believe they've solved all their internal issues and they are already on a certain trajectory.
Okay, so these are some of the samples that I gathered from DJ Slim's conversation or reaction to this whole thing. I believe that there's one thing I want DJ Slim to understand, is the fact that he needs to understand where Kim Paluta is coming from and why he's hurt. Because to me, I totally disagree with that particular analogy. You see, the whole conversation that you made it look as if, say, Kim Paluta gave a certain posture, as in say, to say, yeah, Ofele Bosu, he did not show any form of sign, say he's campaigning for the Artist of the Year category, or he did not give any posture, say he wanted that particular award. It's false. It's false. And I don't know where you get or you got that particular mentality from. Because as far as some of us are concerned, even if you would want to compare, me, I started rooting for Kim Promise from the beginning of this whole competition. You understand? That is just on the side. But I also like the spirit that Kim Paluta brought into the competition. I kid you not. Aside the fact that Ken Paluta has done so much in the space, from the beginning, nobody gave him a dog chance. Nobody gave him a dog chance until, from wherever it came from, whether it was orchestrated or whether he contacted Portfolio or Portfolio contacted him, Portfolio entered into the conversation with Ken Paluta. And me, on different occasions, I heard Ken Paluta or watched Ken Paluta on interviews whenever he's asked if he wants or he thinks he's going to win the Artist of the Year. He was always campaigning for himself. So that particular notion say, that means he wanted it and he should do more because the others were doing it and he should have done more. I want to ask DJ Slim, say, like out of what Ken Paluta did with MC Portfolio and even his socials, what again were you expecting Ken Paluta to do to show that he wanted the Artist of the Year? What again were you expecting Ken Paluta to do? Because I don't know which platform MC Portfolio did not go on. I don't know which platform MC Portfolio did not speak on. And I don't know. See, it got to a point. There was something huge that was happening in Ashanti region called Ashanti Fest. And we know how Kumere Kane, Mawasante Sebu here is so paramount in the minds of, if not you, DJ Slim, MC Portfolio. But these guys, you guys were able to sideline all those activities as far as Ashanti Fest is concerned, whether they contacted you guys or not. But Portfolio's energy on Ken Paluta's campaign is not one that DJ Slim. You play like you just trivialize and say, oh, he did not show any form of sign, say he wanted it. No, I think you are being unfair to the guy. And that particular statement, especially when you want to make that, you want to have that conversation, anybody in Ken Paluta's shoes would react the same way. And you should understand that. And you see, the answer that he gave on Inshira FMA, I believe is one of the best answers. You see, when people like Bona pointed out to you that particular bombastic side eye no dey ma TGM stage in so no, me, I believe was one of the most respectful gestures anybody can show another person that he is not pleased with. See, Ken Paluta was not pleased or is not pleased with that particular statement. End of story, and you should understand where he is coming from. Because between Ken Paluta, the interest to show in Artist of the Year, any Joe Metal, why not make us show more interest? Between Ken Paluta, any Black Sheriff, who were also in the same Artist of the Year category, who showed more interest? It is a one thing make us say, oh, to you feel say, oh, it is only Ken Promise and Stonebwoy that has showed more interest. Yes, it is subjective to you, but to somebody that has also invested much in terms of doing almost the same thing or even more than what these two people have done, and for you to just single them out and sideline him there, definitely he will come at you. Definitely he will not be pleased. Definitely he will not sit down and say, but if we are talking about people that have showed interest, people that have made noise about the Artist of the Year as far as this year's TGMA is concerned, why is this person that I know I am very closer to, like he knows my movement in and out, or if not for anything at all, he is very close to somebody that I have employed to help me in this campaign, sideline me in that manner? He will definitely react. And that is where you should understand where he is coming from. And you see, from every interview that I've seen Portfolio react to this whole conversation, to me, I believe he's giving you the utmost respect. I don't know how you see this or you saw this particular gesture as a disrespect to you. Because you see, in every way, you see where he's sitting, he had every right to outburst and say whatever he wanted to say to the grade, or to maybe quote and unquote insult you. But you see, he still decided to keep his composure. But that is not to say asemna okan no, or this particular tangent also and anybody will feel that way, especially if the person has invested that much like Ken Paluta did. I don't know what metrics you are using to say he did not do much. Maybe I am here asking myself, Ken Paluta onye dien. As at that time, a dear ben pan and Ken Paluta nye biu, ebi on fat track, non car so, no be on station to station, no kita megaphone. Vote for me artist of the year, vote for me. Is that what you were looking for? Is that what you were looking for? And if that is what you were looking for, say it there. Because as far as some of us are concerned, I think even if you are looking for people that openly express their interest for this year's scheme, you can never say this particular conversation or have this particular conversation and sideline King Paluta. So he's very much in every right to feel whatever he's feeling about you. And you see, that bombastic side eye not the mouth your TDM stage in soon. It tells you one thing. You were the same person. You see that you want a statement now. Slim will make you. Maybe you have not given it a second thought. But this is what it means. You are saying, say, you will not give, say, maybe a super authority on a TDM. Award, say, Famu. You will not give the award to somebody that you feel, say, on campaigning or expressing desire for the award. But then, when the guy won an award and was on stage, you were there to celebrate with him. Until we know, question Makupena say, Obi a King Paluta, maybe someone say, Bakwawe, Yamana was on Famba. Anka in his statements right now, or where he's sitting on his poster says that I did not show much interest in Semepe Award. Inti Anka on Famami. But then I may win on one saba mentioning me be jubilati. The person will see you some way. You remember the last time Nana Okache portfolio said he should be very careful the way he mingles with the SM Beam conversation. And that he's even people are going to see him as a double standard person. That is the same mindset that is the same feeling the guy is having about you. That is the same feeling the guy is having about you. So, why won't you understand, say, okay, in Tinkawo, and you know your argument is that, oh, you were just talking about artist of the year and you were not talking about other categories. Now, when we need other categories, now where we need artist of the year? One will be a winning one award on the night. I will be a winning four. Or no winning one, I could winning artist of the year. You see, maybe in King Paluta's presentation, he did not, the one he did on his show, he did not express it well, where he had to use, and that is just one aspect of the conversation. But the thing is that you gave a poster, say Slim, any amount award, say Fakomo Bia, and King Paluta, why? Because according to you, your metrics, your research, and whatever observation you made, King Paluta did not show interest in the fact that he wanted an award for TGMA. And I'm asking myself, how can you tell me this story? How can you tell me this particular story? For me, if Slim is watching or listening, I think yes. And if you want to analyze this whole conversation and you go emotional on it, then you will not see the logic around this whole thing. That's what I feel. If you want to analyze this conversation and you go emotional, and that is why King Paluta, aside everything, is trying to drive away from the emotional bit. But along the line, of course, he's an artist. Whenever he wants to respond, the emotional part takes the greater part of him. So that's why he's reacting that way. But I want you to understand that, Charlie, that statement that you made, anybody in King Paluta's shoes will feel peeved. Look at the kind of investment this guy invested in this particular campaign. Unless there is another story that we don't know. But as far as some of us are concerned, for portfolio to come and say, oh, King Paluta and his team contacted him to campaign for him for the artist of the year. I don't know what you wanted King Paluta to do. Only shows now all bono, no major stage, so no on your day. On for van, say na politicians never van they campaigning from one constituency to the other. Before you know, say he wanted the award. Because see, between King Paluta and Team Eternity, why now because omu give you a good poster said they were campaigning. Between King Paluta and Black Sheriff, who would you give? Between King Paluta and Joe Metal, who would you give? You see, and these are guys that they were in that same category with him. Between King Paluta and even Kweku Smoke, who would you give that particular nod to? Who would you say he showed more interest of an award? And the Kim Promise and Stonebwoy now will come. You see, for Kim Promise there, for me, I was rooting for him. So even the PR thing and campaign and all those statement that he was making was just an add-on for me. But even if I am to compare between the hits that Team Kim Paluta and Team Stonebwoy brought, forget. Team Stonebwoy comes nowhere close in terms of campaign. In terms of campaign to what Kim Paluta did. And as a debutant in the Artist of the Year race, I don't know what DJ Slim you want. Like, now I expect to say Kim Paluta, babe. I don't know what you wanted him to do. So please, tone down for him, because me, whatever you are doing or how you are treating this whole conversation, I believe it is unfair to the brand Kim Paluta. That's me. I believe it is very, very unfair. I believe it is very, very unfair, because I'm asking myself, na Slim now per se Paluta nyede. And that is where he is coming from. He is paying because on him say, Senka was our utmost power now, and Kasa night and Kawad Bakukraunya. That is the posture you gave him. And that is the understanding to whatever statement you made before the event day. Yes, a woman says that time na to a baby. A woman says that time na omo be deciding who wins what. Na to a baby, and that particular conversation would not have any bearing on the result. But you see, at the end of the day, you are not giving him a good image. It is like you trashing all the effort. It is like you mixing him in the same basket with the ones with the Kweku Smoke, the Black Sheriff, the Joe Metal, and the Team Eternity. You are putting him in that same basket. And in this particular scenario, nobody that has invested in the way Kim Paluta invested in the race for Artist of the Year will sit down for a top dog like you, who speak volumes, has huge numbers, to say some of these things and for him to let it slide. It will definitely be unfair to him. That is what you see here. Some bomba 600 and the man was staging so on. It says what, or he said one thing. Say, hey, oh, say, what's your mommy? Maybe we need the original. Cause na ba check ayo be a minimum now. Nka we your friend saying side blow did that. Once you know what staging so. Me assure say if it were to be somebody I know, may say anka won baby. And if it were to be FOB or tin baby. And come full stage in Impo no be do no abe Kumerica so no forget. And we be too sumai no. You see, I don't know how you understand that particular word, but I believe that Kim Paluta has given the best posture in this conversation. And the moment you understand where he is coming from and why he is pained, I believe that you will not treat this issue the way you are treating it. But this is just my 2-piece on this whole Kim Paluta and DJ Slim conversation. I wouldn't want to visit this conversation again. There are lots of things to be said and lots of healthy things we are supposed to dwell on in this industry. I believe Kim Paluta has released a new track and he's about to do more. I think he's announced a couple of shows, or they are planning some shows. That is where the focus should be. And it should not be in the back and forth of this TGMA thing. And to me, I believe DJ Slim, you are taking this whole conversation so wrong, or in a different direction, without you understanding where Kim Paluta is coming from. For Kim Paluta, he some way, somehow understand where you are coming from as a media person. But again, his personal relationship with you and the way he sees you is what is making him feel disappointed, the way you made that particular statement. Maybe if you should sit down and reflect twice or 3 times on those statements that you made, perhaps you may understand where he's coming from. But then, like I said, this is just my 2 cents. You watching from home, wherever you're doing it, I don't know what you make of this whole conversation, but share your views in the comment section. Do you think DJ Slim is right in the tangent that he's taking this issue, or Kim Paluta is also right in the way he's reacting? And if there's any advice that you would want to give to these two, the comment section is definitely designed for you. Share your views in the comment section. Until then, my name is Roland Amati. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.
The matter chop hot. Assembly Diloto. Hey! Aye! Hey!